In this video, we're going to talk about the first steps in questions development. You need to get started quickly. Questions are often due early in the proposal development process, so you need to make sure that you get the template out to the proposal team as early as possible. Be sure to include contracts, pricing, and any other functional groups in the request for questions, as well as the folks developing the technical proposal. Often the government will provide a template for questions. If not, most companies have a template to gather questions. Some companies like to include why are you asking this question column for the proposal team to provide their feedback on why this question is important. I think that's not necessarily a bad idea, but be sure not to send it to the government. The government just wants your questions. They don't want to know the whys and wherefores. So get the question template out within a day or two of the RFP drop, and then set up a meeting to vet the questions early in the proposal development period, usually in the first week after the RFP drops. Be sure to give a deadline for questions that's usually a couple of days before they're actually due to the government. This is to give you time to compile the questions. You'll ask people to put their questions into the questions document in SharePoint or whatever proposal system you might be using. However, leadership sometimes doesn't like to use those kinds of shared services. Sometimes they just want to send the questions directly to you. Other people may also choose to send questions directly to you. And if you're working with partners, they may or may not have access to your SharePoint. So they may be sending you questions separately as well. So you need time to compile all the questions into a single questions document before the vetting questions meeting. This also gives you a chance to edit the questions. You're going to provide guidance to the team on the kinds of questions they should be asking, but they may or may not follow your guidance, and sometimes they don't provide the RFP information that you need to provide to the government, so you need time to add that information sometimes. And then you need to have a vetting meeting, as we mentioned before, about on the questions, and we have some guidance for that in another video on how to conduct that meeting. So asking for the questions a couple of days before they're due to the government gives you a chance to have that vetting meeting. So you want to set up that meeting with the proposal leadership, the capture manager, the volume leads, contracts, pricing, and whoever your business lead is. There may be others that want to be involved, particularly if it's a particularly strategic proposal. You may get other leadership that wants to be involved in the questions vetting meeting. So send out the invitations and see if you get some feedback from other folks that they want to be included as well. We hope you enjoyed this video on the first steps to take in the proposal development process. Thank you for your time.